PCA 2025, here with my good friend Enrique Sanchez and a good friend of the show. Enrique and I have known each other for a long, long time. I love seeing you every year. I love seeing your journey, your progress. Back in New Orleans, tell me first about what that's been. You were here in 2015.
I was here in 2015, that's for sure. You know, one of the great things is a lot less humidity and much better weather.
The month is better.
Everything else is perfect. You know, the food, the drinks, the people, the party, everything. It's outstanding. But I remember that July, it was really hard to keep your cigar lit.
Yeah, the humidity was different than Vegas, for sure.
Completely.
But I got to say, the first day I thought was great. The opening party was great. I'm actually excited about being here. How about you?
Yes, of course. We're always excited. I mean, this is a 12 or 13 PCA, as you imagine. So, every time it's always getting more and more exciting, especially when you come out with something new, something that is completely, it's not there before. You know, I don't know if you noticed it, but we did come out with cachitos. We changed the packaging of the cachitos, and we came out with a cachito Connecticut. With Connecticut, which is a 1 out of 5 the strength, which is Connecticut from the United States, and they binders and non-fillers from Nicaragua. So it's a great combination. For those 30, 40 minutes, sometimes in the morning, you only have to smoke a cigar. I was called my preferred cigar. It was perfect. And then we were trying to do is migrate everything else to the new packaging. If you see, you remember the old packaging?
Yeah, I love the new packaging. You announced or introduced this last year.
Yes, exactly.
And I think it makes a difference, right?
Yeah, completely. Especially, we did announce it, I think, the magazines, but now we also have the wooden boxes. So the wooden boxes, one of the beautiful thing is, if you put two together, those wooden boxes, it fits one of the old ones. So you have a lot more space in your humidor. Now it looks beautiful, it's functional, but you know, it's a 20 count. Everything is standardized. And everything is well made. You have all the information, the bar, the QR, everything's there. And it's cannot be that one. So we are right now in the process of immigrating everything from Emerald, Ruby, Black Gold, Nicaragua, Blue, Sapphire, Aniversario. The only thing we're keeping exactly the same as it is right now will be the XO, but there will be something different
love later. The XO. Love the XO.
Oh yes, you can be the XO, that's for sure.
What is there anything new other than your
Cachito Connecticut? Yes,
that's the
one for the show. I mean, it's a perfect smoke.
So for people that don't know 1502, you are a Nicaraguan?
Yeah, born and raised.
So there's not that many Nicaraguan-owned brands. Who else? Karen Berger?
Karen Berger in Nicaragua, of course. Beautiful family, true Nicaraguan beautiful family.
So it's really your heritage from, and getting into the cigar business. Tell us about your journey for people that, I know it's crazy, but maybe they haven't heard of you. Tell them about how you got in the business and your success getting to this point now.
Well, it definitely has been a wonderful journey. I mean, it's we started 13 or 15 years ago when we started learning about the process, doing the blending. I believe this is the 13th year in the market, so it does make a big difference, and we have been growing very well from the worldwide. I mean, we have a great presence in Europe. We are starting Asia Pacific right now. Middle East, Latin America. So we are growing. That's why we named our company Global Premium Cigars. It is the mission of our company.
Well, you're basically following your name, which is great.
But that was
start big in the beginning. You're global before you were. Yeah, that's right. You gotta have vision.
Of course, you must have vision. Vision, passion, all those things. You have to be combined very well to be able to create something beautiful in this world. And yes, and I remember when we get started, said, well, we named Global Premium Cigar GPC. I was like, we're definitely going to be in everywhere in the world, but we're not going to be in every corner. That's why we have to choose with the right partners with who we work with. So it's very important is that relationship in that aspect. And that gets back to from the beginning. I mean, in the end, cigars are cigars. One cigar is better than the other. That's, it's up to you and everything. But the memories, everything that gets together with the cigar, that's what it stays. And that is the relationship built with your friends, with your partners, with your distributors, with manufacturers, all that part. When you integrate that, it has to be something great.
The big theme that I've been saying since we started, which just not too long ago, is this show feels more family. I mean, the cigar world is a family.
Of course.
And this one, I think, has more of that family feel than normal. And I think it's you're seeing it with the retailers, you're seeing it with the manufacturers, seeing with friends in the industry. Again, we go back so long, and I love seeing your journey and everything that you've done. Tell us what you expect and what's your vision right after the show. What are you going to do when you get back? What's going to happen? And what do you expect out of the show this year?
Well, one of the things we definitely be doing is fulfilling a lot of the orders we're getting right now in the show. Because that's always, you always know. I mean, after the 2, 3, or 4 weeks after the show, it's actually with the show is the most demanding part of it.
That's right.
Make sure that everybody gets what they're asking for, and then the reorders, and it's always a chaos in that aspect. So in my case, I will be focused a lot to make sure that all my clients and my consumers are happy with what they get, and everything is perfect as it should be. Then we will think about in the summer, family trips and all that aspect. But first, work.
That's right. And what about your famous catchphrase? When did you first start using it? You haven't said it yet. You've been here now, I don't know how many minutes, but you got to say the catch line. Your Instagram posts, everything, that's iconic. And when did you first come up with that?
And it's legally protected as well.
Oh, is it?
It is indeed. It is indeed. That's just it's very important. Actually, we had an incident a few years ago, and we had to go to the legal structure of the United States. But it's definitely we're protected that way, so there's no problem.
So I can't use that anymore.
No, you can. No, you can use it because you're my friend.
Say, I borrowed this saying from Mr. Enrique Sanchez. I love it.
It is.
I shouldn't say.
No, well, it's funny because we always said that we have 3 rules in our company, Lower Premium Cigars. Rule number 1 is relax. Rule number 2, enjoy. And rule number 3, never forget rule number 1 and number 2. It's always about relaxing and enjoying. And that's one of the important things. I mean, life is a hassle. I mean, it's you have a good days, you have a bad days. It's time is always consuming. But when you light a cigar, it's your moment. It's your moment to relax and enjoy. And you have to remember that.
If somebody doesn't smoke cigars, and you have a heart, including myself, when I first got into smoking, it was about being able to take time apart, sit down, and do nothing else but de-stress, relax, and enjoy. And those words fit very fittingly to your story, to your brand. 1502. Tell everyone exactly why 1502.
You want the real true or no?
Give them both. Whatever you want to tell.
It's the pin for my credit card. No, just kidding. My kids have used that many times. Doesn't work.
Your PIN number?
Yeah. Not anymore. We used to use that one. No, actually, it's the year of my country, Nicaragua, was rediscovered for Christopher Columbus before the last trip to America. That's why you always see it in the back in the logo, orgullosamente nicaragüense, proudly Nicaragua. So everything gets restarted in the year 1502.
Okay, one last point I want to make. Tariffs. It's been in the news. Nicaragua originally was announced 18%.
Yeah.
Now we're back at 10 with a 90-day period. What has been the feedback? What is your personal opinion of what's going to happen with these tariffs? And how is it going to affect, do you think, your business, the cigar industry as a whole?
Well, I mean, nobody wants to pay more. That's for sure. I mean, we are in the industry that every year our costs are going up. Now, if you put a little bit more gasoline on it, the price is getting higher now. So it is what it is. We have to play with the rules in which we do not dictate, but we have to make sure that we have to play the right way. So we want to keep trying to always do our best, but there's things that we cannot control with tariff. Well, it's a very well example. I mean, but it's a rule that applies to everybody, not only to UPC. I mean, or everybody that we have PCA in the United States, we're going to have to pay more for it. Simple as it is.
Have you had any initial reaction from your retailers, distributors, anything about that?
Well, a little bit more skeptical about speeding things up. Like, let me see, let's take our time. But it is what it is. In the end, I think everything will be continue as normal. I think it's only a bumpy road in which we, if you've been in this industry, we have had a lot of those.
Yeah.
So it's just a momentary thing. So it will definitely change.
I've said the same thing. People, I think, overreacting. Relax. Enjoy your cigar.
It should be.
Just keep fighting the good fight. Enrique Sanchez, thank you so much for your time. Hey, continued success. Love seeing you every year. We'll keep in touch.
Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you very much.
Enrique Sanchez.
Let's do it again. Relax and enjoy.